Let's be honest, for 2 centuries, Pride and Prejudice has been the untouchable cornerstone of romance. We've collectively accepted its hero,
Every shadow holds a
Fitzwilliam
judgment.
Darcy, as the ultimate archetype of the
Every
proud,
shadow holds a
wealthy
judgment.
man redeemed by the transformative power of love. We dissect his pride, we analyze his
many eyes.
prejudice, and
many
we
questions.
celebrate his eventual union with Elizabeth Bennet as a triumph of the heart.
Too many eyes.
But what if I told you this
many
entire
questions.
narrative, this beloved story,
Every
is built
path
upon the most
leads back to
audacious
suspicion.
fraud in literary history? What if the man we know as Mr.
Every
Darcy
path
is not
leads back
Mr.
to
Darcy
suspicion.
at all? I am here to argue that the man who walks the halls of Pemberley is an imposter, a clever and terrified usurper who stole a name, a fortune,
You must
and
allow
a
me to
life,
tell you how ardently I
and his
admire and
infamous
love you.
social
But I have struggled
awkwardness,
in vain
his
against my
crippling
feelings.
pride, is not the
You must
shield of
allow
an
me to tell you how
aristocrat.
ardently I
It is the
admire and
desperate,
love you, but
suffocating
struggled in
fear
vain
of a
against my
criminal
feelings.
on the verge of
you
being
must allow me to
exposed.
tell you how ardently
First,
I admire
we
and
must
love you, but
deconstruct the man
Struggled in
himself.
vain against my feelings.
The traditional
He is a
reading
loose
paints
cannon,
Darcy's
a
behavior
variable.
at the Meryton
He must
ball
be
as a
neutralized.
simple case of
He
aristocratic
is a
arrogance.
loose cannon,
He is
a
aloof,
variable. He must be
dismissive, and
neutralized.
contemptuous of the local society. We are told
He
this
is
is
a loose
pride.
cannon,
I
a
tell you
variable.
it is
He
terror.
must be neutralized.
Watch him again, not as a nobleman,
Consider this,
but as an
final
actor
settlement.
in the
Our
role of a
past
lifetime,
buried, your future
a role
secured,
for
your
which he is
silence purchased,
fundamentally
understood.
unprepared.
Consider this,
He
a
doesn't
final
know the
settlement.
lines.
Our past buried,
He is
your
surrounded
future
by
secured,
people who
your
could,
silence purchased.
with a single probing question
Consider
about his
this, a final
childhood,
settlement.
his
Our
family,
past buried,
or his
your future
past,
secured, your
unravel
silence
his
purchased,
entire
understood.
existence.
Consider
His
this, a
silence
final
is not
settlement.
contempt.
Our past
It is a
buried, your
defensive
future
strategy.
secured, your silence
His
purchased,
refusal to be
understood.
introduced is not
She sees
snobbery.
nothing.
It is a
She suspects
desperate
nothing.
avoidance of scrutiny.
She could be the key to
Every
everything.
conversation is a
She
minefield.
sees nothing.
Every new acquaintance a
She
potential
suspects
threat. This is not
could be
the
the key to
casual
everything.
arrogance of a man secure
sees
in
nothing.
his station.
She suspects
This is the
nothing.
rigid, hyper, vigilant
be the key to
posture of a
everything.
man pretending to
She
be
sees
something
nothing.
he is not.
She suspects
His
nothing.
so-called pride
be the
is a
key to
mask,
everything.
and it is a mask forged in the fires of perpetual anxiety. Consider his interactions
No, madam.
with
all is in
strangers.
order.
He is a fortress with those who should be his peers, like Mr.
dereliction.
Bingley.
All is in
He
order.
is controlling and
well,
authoritative,
Fitzwilliam. Has Pemberley
establishing
been
a
managed poorly in your
psychological
absence?
dominance to
Dereliction.
prevent
No,
being
madam, all
questioned.
is in order.
He dictates
unwell,
Bingley's
Fitzwilliam.
movements
Has
and
Pemberley been
opinions,
managed poorly in your
not
absence?
as a
Such
friend,
dereliction.
No,
but
madam, all
as a
is in
handler
order.
managing a
I have
variable
been wrong.
that could compromise his position. His most revealing
Perhaps we have
relationship,
both had lessons
however,
to learn.
is with
I
his
have been
own
wrong.
supposed family.
You have taught me a
Look at
lesson
his
I should have
dynamic
learned
with
long
his
ago.
aunt,
Perhaps we
Lady
have both had
Catherine de
lessons to
Bourgh.
learn.
The narrative
have been
presents their connection as strained due to her overbearing nature.
Perhaps we have both had
But
lessons
is it?
to learn.
An imposter
wrong.
would be terrified of a
You have taught me a
figure
lesson I should have
like
learned long
Lady
ago.
Catherine,
Perhaps
a
we have
woman
both had
who
lessons
knew
to
the
learn.
real Darcy from birth,
How long?
who understands
How
the
long can
family's
this endure?
history and
They will know.
intricacies.
They must
His
know.
avoidance of her, his terse interactions, are not the
How
signs of a nephew weary
long?
of his aunt.
They will this
They are
endure.
the calculated maneuvers
All
of a
this
fraud,
and nothing.
keeping a key witness at
All
arm's
mine.
length.
Yet none of
He
it
cannot afford the intimacy, the shared memories,
All
the
this
casual anecdotes that
nothing.
define a genuine family
All
relationship, because
All
he
this
does not
and nothing.
possess them.
All
And then there
mine,
is the
yet
matter
none
of
it
George
mine.
Wickham. For 200 years, we have accepted
this
Darcy's
and
version of events.
All mine.
Wickham is
yet
the
none of it
villain,
mine.
the liar, the seducer. But what if Wickham was telling the truth, or a version of it, about a man who no longer exists? Imagine the imposter's horror when Wickham, a man from the real Darcy's past, appears in Meryton. Wickham's stories about the old Mr. Darcy's affection for him, about the promised inheritance, are not lies about our Darcy. They are dangerous truths about the
Wickham,
original
a lie?
Darcy.
Truthful.
This explains the imposter's violent, almost
Wickham,
panicked reaction. A
Darcy,
true aristocrat might have dismissed
have been
Wickham
so
with a
blind?
cold laugh.
Wickham.
Our Darcy
lie?
cannot. He is
Darcy,
personally,
truthful?
existentially
How could I
threatened.
have been so blind?
Wickham is not just a
Wickham,
rival.
a lie?
He is a ghost
Darcy,
from the past
truthful?
who could expose the entire
How could I have been
charade.
so blind?
The imposter's subsequent actions, the letter to Elizabeth,
Each word
are not a
lie,
confession of
yet it
love.
must appear
They
as
are an
truth.
act of desperate damage
Word
control,
lie, yet
a
it must
meticulously
appear as truth.
crafted piece of
My
propaganda
fate hangs on
designed
this
to discredit the one man who holds the
Each
key
word a
to
lie,
his
yet it must
undoing.
appear as truth.
So who is
My
this
fate
man,
hangs on this
and
ink.
what happened to the real
Each
Fitzwilliam
word a lie,
Darcy? The
yet it
novel
must appear
leaves
as
convenient
truth.
gaps,
My
the real
fate
Darcy,
hangs on this ink.
perhaps
Any
more
face,
gentle and trusting like his
Any
father,
moment.
could have met his
They could
end
know.
while traveling abroad. He could have been killed in a duel, fallen
Any
ill,
face,
or been
any moment.
imprisoned,
They could know.
leaving a power vacuum. Our imposter
Any
could
face,
be anyone with the audacity
any moment.
to seize the opportunity.
They could
A
know.
distant, disinherited
Any
cousin with
face,
a passing
any
resemblance.
moment.
A clever and
They could
ambitious
know.
servant who was close to the family, or perhaps even a
is my
rival
truth.
who engineered the real Darcy's
No one must
disappearance.
ever find it.
This man is intelligent, calculating,
This is my
and
truth.
a masterful observer.
No one must ever
He has
find
studied his role. He understands the broad
This
strokes
is
of the
my
Darcy
truth.
fortune and obligations,
it. No one must
but
ever
he
find
is
it.
terrified of the details, the nuances of a life
was
he
his,
never lived.
Not
His
mine.
proposal
Never
to
mine.
Elizabeth at Hunsford is the ultimate
This was
gamble
his.
of his career as a fraud.
Not mine.
It is not a clumsy
mine.
declaration of love. It is a strategic move
This was
to
his.
secure his
Not
position.
mine.
Marrying a gentleman's
mine.
daughter, a woman of intelligence and respectability, would anchor
Not
his
mine.
stolen identity.
Never
It
mine.
would give him a partner, an alibi, a
Every
future
penny
his
accounted for.
love
No
is
gaps.
secondary to
No
his
questions.
need for legitimacy.
Perfection.
His shock and
Every
anger
penny
at her
accounted for.
refusal
No gaps.
are not just
No questions.
those of a spurned
Perfection.
lover, but of a master planner whose
Every
critical
penny accounted
acquisition has just
gaps.
failed.
No
Now,
questions. Perfection.
Let us examine his supposed
Every
act of
penny
redemption,
accounted for.
his saving of
No
the
gaps.
Bennet family from
No
disgrace by forcing
Perfection.
Wickham to marry Lydia. The romantic
She is
interpretation
everything I
is that he
cannot
does this
be.
out of his deep and abiding love for Elizabeth,
She is everything
to spare her family from shame. This is a sentimental fantasy. From the perspective of an imposter, this action is a cold, hard, and brilliant business transaction.
To
Wickham,
join them.
now
Impossible.
connected to the Bennet family through marriage,
Perilous.
is a permanent
Perilous.
threat. He is on the verge of becoming
them.
Elizabeth's brother. In
To be
law,
seen,
the
perilous.
secret of Darcy's identity is closer than ever to being revealed.
A name
So what
is
does our
cage,
imposter
which is
do?
key.
He doesn't just pay off Wickham's debts. He buys his silence.
A name
He
is
purchases a
cage,
commission.
as much as a
He
key.
gives him an income. He forces him into a marriage that will occupy
A
and
name
control
is a
him.
cage as much as
He
a
is
key.
not saving Lydia's honor. He is purchasing a lifetime
is a
gag
cage as
order
much as a key.
on the one man who can destroy him. It is the most expensive
Security
and most
is a
important
contract one makes with
investment
the future.
he will ever
Love
make,
is merely the
an
seed.
investment in his own survival. When
Security is a
Elizabeth
contract
learns
one
of
makes with
this,
the future.
she sees it as proof
Love
of
is
his
merely the
noble
seed.
character. We, the audience,
Security is a
are meant to
contract
see
one
it the
makes with the
same
future.
way. But we are
Love
being
is merely
deceived, just as she is. She falls in
Security
love
is a
not
contract
with
one makes
Darcy,
for the future.
but with a carefully
Love is
constructed
merely
illusion, a performance of nobility
History is not
designed
what
to
happened.
conceal a
It
foundational
is what
crime.
is written.
The true tragedy of Pride and Prejudice is not
History
a
is
comedy
not
of
what happened.
manners and
It is
misunderstandings.
what is written.
It is the story of a woman who falls in love with a
History
ghost,
is not what
a
happened.
phantom who
is
wears
what
the
is written.
face of a gentleman. The man she marries, the master of Pemberley
Every
she
man
comes
has a
to
price.
adore,
The
is a
fortunate
fiction.
ones get to name it.
He is a walking,
Every
talking
man has a
embodiment of anxiety.
The fortunate ones
A
get
man
to name
whose
it.
entire fortune and social standing are built on sand.
Every
Every
man has a
tender
price.
moment, every
Fortunate
shared
ones get to
glance
name it.
is undercut by the terrifying reality
Every man
that
has
he
a
is
price.
playing a part. His happily ever after is
fortunate
not a
ones get to
guarantee
name it.
of love, but a temporary
man
reprieve
if not
from
the
the
sum of
hangman's
what he
noose. So I ask you to read the book again. Look past the romance and see the evidence for yourself. See the fear behind the pride, the calculation
What is a
behind the
man
kindness,
if
and
not
the
the sum of
imposter
what he owns?
standing in the shoes of a better man